Welcome to your daily focus for July the 20th, 2016. My name is Tilly, and this is Tara with Tilly. And before we begin, thank you. Thank you truly for all of the loving, positive, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. I send it right back to you, wishing for all of the abundance, all of the happiness, all of the joy, all of the love that you want in your path forward to be there for you, and that you embrace it with open arms. So July the 20th, let's see what the cards have to tell us, what the energy is for July the 20th. Now, the full moon was on the 19th in Capricorn, but I think the moon moves into Aquarius. So we may be feeling more of the Aquarian energy today than the Capricorn energy of the full moon. So being drawn to unusual things, looking at things in a unique way, being able to, wanting to tap into the intellectual inside of ourselves, coming up with new ideas and new ways that we never thought of before. So we have the Seven of Coins. What are you cultivating? Next to it, we got the Three of Swords. We'll see how that plays out. What are you cultivating? The Three of Swords and the King of Coins. So the Three of Swords is actually in between two very strong cards, and the latter being even more powerful. Let's see what our Angel card has to give to the situation here. So the King of Coins, that is growing your abundance through your thought processes. So well, I guess we'll get to figure it out soon enough. Take advice, 39. So 9 plus 3 is 13, which is 4, right? 9 plus 3 is 12, which equals 13. Okay, simple math. I did go to grade school, I promise you. So 9 plus 3 is 12, which equals 3. My goodness, take advice. So take advice, and our creativity is in there. Well, let's start at the beginning. Seven of Coins. What are you cultivating? What are you doing each and every day to drive you further, to take you one step forward on your path, to make today resemble in some small way the path on which you want to walk, your dreams that you want to grow, the goals that you want to manifest, the person you want to become. So we almost have to look at it as we are planting a crop, and with the new moon we plant the seeds. With the full moon we go out and it's time to water, it's time to weed, it's time to see if we've indeed sown our seeds properly, if we've taken care of them, if we've been nurturing them. Or is there something we need to do differently? Is there something we need to tweak? Is there something we need to change? Is there something we need to address? So what are you cultivating? Now I'm going to skip over the Three of Swords because I think that'll come clearer after I talk about the King of Coins, who is all about the abundance. Now the King of Coins is actually in the other deck wearing this hat or this crown of a living vine. So our thoughts, our ideas. Now, usually with the King of Coins, it's grounded in tradition. And the Aquarian is so wonderful at taking tradition and giving it a small twist and turning it into something unique, something wonderful. So, we can take toast, for example. First we put the bread on a piece of a stick that had fallen in the forest, and we speared it and we held it over the fire and it browned on each end, and that was great. And then these little toasters came along, right? Where you would open it up this way and you put the toast in, you'd close it up about halfway through, you'd open it up, you'd turn it around, put the toast back in. Then we had the toasters, we just pushed it down and it popped up when it was ready, right? So it was taking something that we had already done, something that was already mastered in some way, and added that small twist to it and made it into something better through a unique process, through unique ways of thinking, of unique ways of doing. We take advice in our creativity. The Three of Swords sits here. And the thing that calls to me the most is the small tear running through the heart. Where are you, I don't want to say failing yourself. Where are your thoughts leading you in a negative way, that you can't do it, that you can't go forward, that you can't manifest the things that you want? And why is that? Is it because of a fear? Is it a shame? Is it a betrayal? Did someone once tell you that you couldn't, so you've always believed that you couldn't? I remember when my ex-husband, and I did ask him to leave, and his words still ring in my ears. You'll never make it without me. Oh, I can guarantee you. Now, I'll make it without you. And it wasn't always great, and many times I thought, was he right? I let that self-doubt creep in, but he wasn't. It was fear based on something that I was attaching myself to. I could, if I failed, I could blame his words. I could blame maybe the person he was not, or the person I expected. I could push the blame away from me. And so I had to take ownership for my every action. I had to take ownership for my very own survival, my children's survival. I had to take ownership of my failures as well as my successes. And when you can take ownership of it, when you can truly say that I had a part in that, that's when you can truly move forward, because you release the fear. You can forgive yourself. I could look in my heart and say, you're doing your very best, and that's what matters, and that's what's going to get you through it. And so I look you in the eye now and say, you're doing your very best, and that's all you can do, and that will get you through it. So wipe away your tears. Don't let sadness, shame, not forgiving yourself, blaming other people, or the fear of who will be put out by the path you want to walk. It's your path. And you are empowered, and you are deserving, you are very deserving. You are worthy of whatever dream it is, whatever goal it is. And take ownership of your actions. The good, the bad, and the ugly. We all have things in our past that we're not too proud of, and we all have things in our past that we're extremely proud of. And that's our growth to wisdom. Why are we not proud of certain things? Because we now have the wisdom to tell us that it could have been different. We had another choice that we didn't see. That's why we walk through the lessons. Not to beat us up, not to push us down, not to make us feel like failures. It's to raise us up. It's to make us strong. It's to realize our empowerment. So wipe away that tear. Take advice, especially when it comes to your creativity, what you want to do, where you want to go, how you want to get there. Let other people in, people that are like-minded, people that want to help you, people that want to see you grow and flourish and succeed. Take advice. And the 3 is your creativity, and the 9 is your wisdom. And you put it all together, and it's really about your creativity and tapping into that wisdom. So maybe it's time to go in search of a mentor if you don't already have one. And you say, oh, Tilly, my future has nothing to do with my creative path. I want love in my life. Who says you can't be creative in love? You can be creative in any area of your life. It doesn't have to be making something or creating something. So how can you be creative in your life? One person wrote that they didn't have any friends. They didn't have anybody to celebrate with. So get creative. Go out and search for new friends. Join a group. Join 3 groups. Get to know the people. Get to see what you have in common. Somebody with no friends either thinks that they are way above everybody else in the world, and therefore they need to come down a little bit in life. And God and their angels and their spirit guides will make sure that they realize that one day. So we just need to pray for them, that they find their path. But the other part, the majority, don't believe that they're worthy of love, friendship, kindness. And you are. So go in search of those people today. Find that rock. That person that's going to open up your mind, flourish you with new ideas, new approaches to life, new ways of living, of breathing, of walking, of talking. They're out there. They're waiting to meet you. I'm going to go back to our first card, the 7 of Coins. What is it that you are doing today that is going to make your path greater tomorrow? It doesn't have to be miraculous. It doesn't have to be gigantic. It can be something small. It can be tidying a drawer just so that you will never have to worry about that drawer again. And it's one thing off your checklist. It's one less burden that you have to worry about. It's one less thing that you have to do so that you can concentrate on the things that come in your path for you to do, that leads you in a new direction. I think it has a lot to do with opening your heart, though, because the tear running through the heart called to me the most. Let's get our higher intuition going here. So where does your heart hurt? Where does it... Be honest with yourself. Ask yourself the questions. Take ownership of those feelings. If you feel like crying, do it, because that's the release. The release of negative energy. It's one of the first steps in realizing your true empowerment. The Robin. New beginnings. I love the Robin because where I live, somebody seeing a robin, it's all like, I saw a robin today. And it's like, oh, spring is coming. We get all excited around here when we see a robin. Because it's the beginning of the warmth coming in. It's the beginning of creation starting to start. The flowers starting to bloom. Or at least poking their heads out of the soil. The leaves starting to come onto the trees. The blossoms. Baby bunnies, baby birds. The world is all filled with new when the robin appears. So, cleansing, newness, grateful, promise, new birth. You cannot climb a mountain if you will not risk a fall. Robin tells you that it is now time to pull yourself from the sludge of the past, wipe yourself clean, and mend the wounds and scratches that occurred through the journey. Your angels and guides will be on hand to help. It is a great day to offer your gratitude for what you do have and for knowing that you won't be let down if you ask, believe, and expect that changes can occur in your life. Yes, there is a everything happens for a reason thinking, even during painful experiences, but loss always evolves into gain of some kind. Have you ever experienced a passing only to hear the announcement of a pregnancy or birth? Or broken up with someone to start dating someone so much more compatible for you that you wondered what you ever saw in the past person? Death of situations always evolves into, it's a cliffhanger, a promise of birth and new beginnings. If you can see the clouds of despair, it didn't really read right. If you can see the clouds of despair, putting blankets over the situation and blinding yourself can cause you to now see through the heartache. Emotion is truly energy in motion, and since everything is energy, money, love, work, the universe feels the vibration changing in your thoughts, and it can change it into wonderful things if you allow it to do so. Robin always comes back to the same place each springtime. It's nature's way. Robin may be telling you that you need to review your childhood to see what you may have stored away deep within your soul, to see if there is forgiveness that needs to take place, or maybe you need to look up an old childhood friend. So, very much what I was getting with the Three of Swords, of forgiving of ourselves, of finding our empowerment, of believing that we are deserving. I did want to reread this because it really didn't make sense to me when I read it, maybe just because I was reading it. Putting blankets over the situation and blinding yourself can cause you to now see through the heartache. I'm thinking blinding yourself is kind of like the Two of Swords card, where we're blindfolded and we have to go inward and tap into our intuition. We need to tap into our higher wisdom. So today would be a day for meditation and prayer, wouldn't it? To go deep inside of ourselves, to open the door, or open that little box that we've hid away in the corner of our heart. You know, that one that's really dusty, the one that we don't want to look at because there's a lot of hurtful memories in there and we don't want to see them ever again. We may not even remember that that box exists. We buried it so deep. But it could be the very thing that's holding you back from going forward. Because somewhere in that box is a little voice saying you don't deserve. You may deserve punishment, but you don't deserve goodness. How dare you even think that? And you're afraid if you open up that box, that's exactly what you're going to see. That's exactly what you're going to hear. And I beg to differ. Opening up that box will release maybe some painful memories, but also you'll see with your wisdom of today why it wasn't your fault, why you don't deserve bad in your life, why you only deserve goodness, happiness, joy, success. You weren't put here to be punished. You were put here to thrive with a unique purpose that only you can fulfill. So be the Robin. Start your new beginning today. It might be through unique, unexpected things. Find your empowerment and go forward. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.